Hello and welcome to Maastricht University. We are Vincent Tadai and Sophia Longber, and we're both second-year global studies students at Maastricht University. And we're so happy to welcome Dr. Massouda Jalal, who is the first and last female presidential candidate in Afghanistan. She will today here at Maastricht University deliver the Jean Monnet lecture about the current situation in Afghanistan and its impact on women. Thank you so much for being here.
You're most welcome.
Thank you for this brief introduction, Sophia. And our first question was regarding the different societies you experienced throughout your lives, and also regarding the different positions you were in. So as a confident woman advocating for women's rights in Afghanistan, what are biases you see yourself confronted with?
I lived in Afghanistan throughout my life, and 43 years of war in Afghanistan I experienced. Different historical phases in the country I experienced, and I was always serving people. Particularly the vulnerable groups, the women, children, disabled. And my own struggle and fight for rights and democracy in Afghanistan, of course, faced many different biases and challenges. And it was full of life risks that I always was taking for a very holy desire and ideal, political ideals, which was to be serving for a positive change. And up to now that I'm here in this university, this struggle and fight is continuing. And up to the last moment that I live on the earth, it will be continuing for the betterment of life of humanity, for the promotion of peace and security in the world and in Afghanistan and in the region, and also for the women's rights and democracy. So this is an area of my expertise, and also an area of where I have knowledge and experience. So this is my decision and commitment for humanity, for Afghanistan people who are really at risk, and they need immediate attention from the world, and also for the region.
You mentioned already that you're advocating for a positive change in different roles, and so we are eager to hear your opinion. What do you think is the most efficient way to change a system positively? Is it to put pressure on a system from the outside, maybe as an activist, or is it to work within the system, as you did, for example, in the role of a minister?
All the ways and all the good strategies will be working in a war-torn society and country of Afghanistan, to work from inside the system, also working for a positive change, and also to support the positive change and to support the democracy from outside, also will be working out. And so I recommend both of them, because we are living in a same world, and we want democracy in Afghanistan. And from pro-democratic government and societies, we do need solidarity. and we do need support. And also activists like me, they can also be very much active from inside to prepare much more the context for the international support to be working into it. So both of them are recommended from my knowledge and from my experience.
You have been in so many roles of leadership, and you were the first in so many roles, especially as a female. We wanted to ask which advice you would give to female leaders or just young leaders in general in order to aspire what they want to do and to lead to change. And we wanted to ask, since you were the first person in so many positions, who were your role models on your way?
Yes, for the youth who desire to become future leaders, they need to prove themselves for the people that they want the positive change for them. And the people should be participating in the programs of such individuals, and the people should see themselves in the mirror of the goals and programs that these individuals are initiating. And it should be transparent, and people want to see the honesty and the transparency, and also people want to see the capacity that these individuals are deserved for becoming the leaders of the society. So these are the criteria for the real leaders in the societies. And for my own experience, I was not conscious in the beginning that I want to be a leader, but I was conscious about serving. I was serving people with honesty and with transparency, and I didn't know myself consciously that I was becoming a leader. When I was a medical doctor, I was serving in the hospital. Then I was facing the problem of people, of the patients, that they couldn't buy their prescription. And I was thinking that how to help them further to be able to buy their prescriptions. So then I started thinking of entering politics to solve this economical problem. So it started from the problems of people, and I was thinking of serving further to be able to respond to further needs, broader needs of people. So having this in my mind, when there was the democratic process of 20 years, and they said that any citizen can become a candidate, I was thinking that now I can serve at national level in a broader spectrum to be able to target the problem, the economical problem of people, because Afghanistan is living in poverty, and patients, they couldn't buy their medicines, and then me as a doctor was stuck. Being president for me was being a servant that brings those changes that I was thinking to bring into people's life. So in my mind, it is still like that. But now when people or journalists, if they call me one of the leaders, I hear from them. So this is the reality in my personal life, that how it happened to come into politics. It was only thinking of solving further problems of the patients that I couldn't do it as a doctor.
Wow. And we wanted to ask you as a last question, why do you keep going? What motivates you, what inspires you, and what encourages you to further advocate for democracy and women's rights in Afghanistan?
Well, I can do something for people, yeah, for almost 40 million humans in Afghanistan, and I'm keeping doing it because this was what from the beginning that I wanted. So I'm doing it until I'm alive. Yeah. So as a medical doctor, my intention from the beginning when I was a student was up to I'm alive, I can help others who are in pain. So now it is in a broader spectrum so I can address the social pains and the ways out. So I'm doing it until I'm alive. It is goodness, yeah, that you are spreading out. It is a positive vibe that you are spreading out and helping other humans, and it is so much enjoying doing it. I think that I'm born to do this, and it is very good. And I prescribe it or advise it to all other young students to be having such an intention for their education. When they are graduating, they can do it for others without any discrimination, like a doctor. So I hope for all young students to be thinking like that and to love humanity, to love all humans without any discrimination, like medical doctors. Yeah. So when I went into politics, I was like that.
Yeah.
No discrimination among the population that I was addressing. And now I'm in Europe, and I'm talking of all humanity, that it is so good to live in peace. It's so good to live in happiness, in healthiness. It's so good to be loving the creation, and it is so good to be interacting or to be in thoughts and practice with no discrimination, with humanity, because all of us are humans, and we should realize this. And students who are graduating, by the graduation, they should have reached to this level of enlightenment, to know that we are all humans, and there shouldn't be any discrimination. There is no superiority or inferiority, and by science and knowledge it is proved. So this new generation should create a new era in the world, whereas there is no discrimination, and everybody, every human can be engaged, and every human can enjoy the lifetime they have on the earth, which is very, very short. So they should be so much conscious and so much using each and every moment for the goodness.
Wow, that's so inspiring. Thank you.
Yeah, and with these inspirational words to end on, we want to thank you for your time to answer all of our questions. And Sophia and I are, of course, now really excited to listen to your lecture.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity that my messages can go out, and young people, the new generation, they can take use of it.